Good news today, boys. The 1DX Mark III was just kind of announced today. I had to shoot this video, threw it together quickly in my garage here, and boy, am I excited. Why am I excited? Because I am a 1DC fan, and this new 1DX Mark III that hopefully we'll be seeing around January or just early 2020 is going to be, in my opinion, the first true replacement to the 1DC. Now, of course, it's going to cost a crap ton of money. We're going to go through the specs. We're going to go through my thoughts and why I love this form factor and why I love this camera so much, and why I'm super pumped about the 1DX3. But I'm also going to fill you guys in on some Kinotika news if you're interested in the channel and the future of this channel and what's been going on in my personal life. Then make sure to stick around till the end of this video. This is not going to be a highly edited video, no music here, no crazy cuts or crazy text. I just wanted to get this video out there to you guys and share my excitement and thoughts on the new 1DX Mark III. The 1DX Mark III is going to have extreme speed, the need for speed. The camera will have a new autofocus algorithm that will improve stability and tracking when using both optical viewfinder and in live view shooting modes. In live view, users will be able to make use of 525 autofocus areas using dual pixel CMOS AF to cover approximately 90 to 100% of the image sensor. The camera will support significantly faster frame rates of full autofocus and auto exposure using either the optical viewfinder up to approximately 16 frames per second mechanical shutter or live view up to approximately 20 frames per second mechanical or electronic shutter. Additionally, the camera's dual CF Express card slots will enable more than 5 times the raw burst depth of its predecessor. CF Express is kind of the next iteration of CFast. It's a better card. You can really pump a ton of data onto these cards, and it's a great thing that it's a dual CF Express, not just one, but dual. The camera will have a completely new sensor. They're not telling us the megapixel count. I'm assuming it'll be around the 20 megapixel range, 24 megapixels. They don't really want to have a ton of resolution on these cameras. If you had 50 megapixels on a sports camera like this, the files are just going to be way out of hand. People are bursting off, you know, hundreds, maybe even thousands of images using these cameras. They're the cameras that you see on the sidelines for NFL games, for the Olympics, and that's also why this camera is being released in 2020. The Olympics are happening over the summer, so they gotta get all the companies on board. That's why they're announcing it now. They're like, hey, CNN, you know, Fox, CBS, NBC, photographers, hey, we're releasing this camera. It is happening. Save your money and buy this for the Olympics. You're gonna want it. It's an all-new sensor and an all-new processor that will deliver greater image quality at even higher ISOs with the ability to capture stills in 10-bit using the HEIF, the HEIF codec or file format. But here we go. Here is the fun part. The video specs. This thing is going to shoot 4K video, including 4K 60p, which I assume would be there because the 1DX Mark II had it, with 10-bit 422 Canon log internal recording. This camera here had Canon log. For some reason, the 1DX Mark II did not have Canon log. The 5D4 got Canon log through a firmware update. The EOS R had Canon log straight out of the box. So I think Canon has finally listened. They've given us 10-bit internal and Canon log. Now, they're not telling us about the codec. I hope to God that it's not the same motion JPEG codec that we're used to with the 1DC, with the 1DX Mark II, and the 5D4. I think the codecs that are built into the EOS R are perfect. You've got a great all-I codec. You've also got a more compressed IPB codec if you want the smaller file size. So hopefully the 10-bit 422 Canon log will just be that kind of MOV all-I codec that is in the EOS R. But wait, that is not all. Not only do we have 4K 10-bit up to 60 frames per second, but we are going to have internal raw recording for video on the 1DX Mark III. this is huge. This is huge news. Big news bears, as they call it. Full frame sensor. Hopefully they're not doing a crop, the same crop that we've seen here. This is a 1.3x crop. Not that big of a deal. I haven't really hated it that much. I'm using the Tokina 11-16 for super wide here, and it does vignette at 11, but around 13 millimeters all the way to 16, I'm fine. But basically, what they're saying is not only can you do 10-bit internally on these CF Express cards, but you can also shoot RAW internally on a camera of this size. That's a stills camera hybrid. This is what I really want. I don't want a C500. I don't want a C200. Those cameras are too big and they are not designed for photography. They don't look like photo cameras, so you're not gonna just blend in as much, although you don't really blend in with one of these. I want a true hybrid camera. I'm a hybrid shooter. I love shooting on cameras that do both still and video because I like to take images as well as video. Of course, video is first for me personally, but I do love having the ability to take pictures with the same camera. So RAW recording, I'm assuming that it's going to be the Canon RAW Lite that we've seen on the C200. I think that would be the perfect kind of codec for this camera. If you have the C200 RAW recording on a 1DX body, whoo, man, oh, this is gonna be so exciting. Let's see what else. We've got Wi-Fi built in finally. I know this might, if you're not familiar with 1D series, that sounds kind of hilarious, but up until now, if you wanted to control your camera over Wi-Fi, or if you wanted to send images from your camera to your phone, you had to actually buy a little dongle adapter that goes onto the side, and those things are super expensive, and they're super dumb and like annoying having that thing pop up. Very similar body. I actually looked at some of the images and compared it to my 1DC. Doesn't look any different. There's a couple of little minor things that have changed. The AF on button is like a custom little touch button thing. We don't know exactly what it's going to do, but Canon has said that it is new, whatever the AF on button is. We're not sure what it's going to do. I assume it'll probably be like a weird kind of touch enabled button, kind of similar to how the touch bar thing is on the EOS R. Not a huge fan of that stuff. I'm sure you can just disable it and use it like a normal button if it's not a very good button. There's a couple other specs that I didn't really list or talk about with the 1DX Mark III that are more stills related. Like I said, you know, it's going to be better in low light. Of course, it's going to have the same incredible weather sealing. These cameras are made for rugged use. The battery is the same as the 1DX Mark II, but they're saying it's giving it a substantially better battery life. The battery life on these cameras are already incredible. Batteries are twice the size of a normal battery. I'm really excited about this 1DX Mark III. How expensive is it going to be? Probably in the $6,000 range, if I'm being honest. I'd say maybe $5,999 or $6,499 is probably what we're looking at. Very expensive. If you watched all the way to the end of this video, I want to just fill you guys in on just kind of the state of this channel with Kinotika. So, I lost Connor McCaskill, you know, months ago now. He's working with Armando Fiera. Ever since that moment, I really have had a hard time being consistent here on Kinotika. And I have wanted to exercise my creative juices on just other things outside of just gear reviews. So I started doing other things like musical parodies. I did an iPhone 11 parody that's on my personal channel, and it was a lot of fun to make. I made another song that I'm actually going to be sharing with you guys here on Kinotika soon. I'm very excited to share. It's another parody. And I did some other kind of random stuff on my personal channel. I would encourage you guys to follow me there. And I think I'm going to continue to do one, you know, gear related review here a week. And then one, just whatever the heck I want on my personal channel. But I'm gonna try to stay consistent, guys. I have not been consistent at all on this channel. Obviously, this month has been crazy for me. I had a kid. 2.5 weeks ago, I had a new baby. His name is Caleb Paul. So I now have an infant child and a 2-year-old. And get this, 1 week ago, I got the flu. So I was completely shot. totally gone, in bed, you know, all day. I think there was like 2 or 3 days where I literally didn't even get out of my room. I just slept for like 2 or 3 days. I've learned a lot of lessons over this last year. And when it comes to sponsored deals, when it comes to working with these different companies that send me stuff, I really, really want you guys to know that I am dedicated to making stuff for you and you alone. It's not about these camera companies or different people who want to sponsor the channel and making them happy. It's really all about me taking a product, reviewing it, and giving my honest thoughts and feedback to you guys. And that's why I'm making this video now. It's something that I'm passionate about, something I'm excited about with the new 1DX Mark III. And I've got a couple other videos that I've been working on that I'm very excited to share with you guys coming soon. So if you're not subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you feel my pain in terms of being a dad and working really hard, comment below and let me know, hey, I'm a dad too and I can relate, and I'll give you a thumbs up and a heart and a little comment back. Here in my garage, once again, I'm Dave Mays, and we'll see you next time.